Hey everyone, Sari here. So I'm here to walk you through my plans for week 27. So not so much to tell you what I'm doing, but how I decided what to do. Does that make sense? So I hope you all are doing well, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, I just want to say thank you for all your patience with me. I know it's been kind of a weird posting schedule, hence this is Monday. But I appreciate it because, just sometimes life is messy, I guess. So anyhow, I'm going to get into week 27. So really, for me, it all starts with the month that we're in. So the month of July, and let me just kind of give you a starting point. So we're here. It's actually Monday here. And this is the week that I plan for next week. So next week is our big week. So check out my weekly Cadence video. If you can see this is going to be tough. So I printed these very light, and I think that's part of why you can't see this. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this. Okay, so I'm trying to play with the light here, but it's very light gray, my printouts here. So maybe next time these are actually the Hobonichi ones. But anyhow. So anywho, this week is here, and this is the week that I really spend working on prepping for next week. So next week is the big report out week for the company. So if you guys watch the Cadence video, so I'll leave a link for that in the description. But I need to plan for this and this. This is the meat and potatoes of my job. This is why I'm hired, basically. So my job is to make sure that the strategy for the distribution centers gets executed. Okay, so it's kind of to sum up what I do, and I use lean tools to make sure that happens. So basically, this is the big deal for me. I have to make sure that I'm communicating out, understanding measures, countermeasures, all that stuff. And this here is what I've created a lot of processes around to make it easier to maintain, make sure everybody's getting the right amount of love, and I'm identifying risk factors and stuff. So I created processes around how to execute this. And these VSM events, so these value stream mapping events, are part of executing this or making sure this gets executed. So anyway, so this week here, and I'm basically prepping for next week. So I have systems in place to make these all easy. Well, this I'm still building a system for, but this I have a system for. And this is exactly why I love this planner, because this is part of the system, and then this is part of the system, executing the system. So I'm able to build out, I have just processes for all the different pieces of that, all built out in my OneNote, and I just execute the processes month over month. So I've made it very efficient, well, at least as efficient as I can at this point. And basically, I want to make sure that people are reporting out what they do. We're getting metrics, highlights of each of the sites. So anyhow, so that's why I love having the rings, which I've always wanted to use the rings for. So basically, this is my month. And then I use the same logic around the metrics for myself. Am I hitting my goals? And right now, my goal for July, there's a 60 in here, and it's meant to be super light, but it's a 60%. So hit my goal 60% of the month of July. So it's basically red-green, hit or miss. So I've hit. I've been missing each day this month so far. And then these are actually what I need to do to make these green are on my daily pages. I don't know if I lost you guys. So it's right here on my daily pages. So it's your 5,000 steps, eating your veggies, taking your vitamins, all that fun stuff. So basically, that's the system that I'm using to try to hit my goals. So anyway, so I'm at this week, and this week is all about planning for next week. So this week, let's dig into that. So here I am, it's Monday, we're off today. So naturally, I gotta squeeze 4 days worth of meetings 5 days worth of meetings into 4 days worth of meetings. But also the culture at my company is we don't really like to have a lot of Friday meetings. So it's really 4 days worth of meetings into 3 days. That makes sense. So here's my calendar. So this is what I have going on this month. And actually, I did skip one part. I did go through all my next action lists because last week's schedule was pretty light. So I made a lot of progress on my next action list. So I know that there's like not a lot checked off here, but it's all about building systems around some of these things, or these are pieces of the systems that I'm building. So I don't have a lot going on here, but it's because I have a lot of systems like the one I was just showing you about. And that's what I really love about systems, is it just makes it really easy for you to do. And then I use this as a trigger list to just empty my brain, basically, and update all the things that are in my brain. So that's the next action list. And then from there, this is my weekly schedule. I don't have a lot of time on Wednesday and Thursday. So basically, I'm not planning on like I don't have expectations of getting a lot done on Wednesday, Tuesday, because I'm running meetings, I'm facilitating meetings, and that's what I'm going to do those days. But Tuesday and Friday are going to be good days for me to make progress on the things that I have to do. So I do have to finish my system in my slide for that metric review next Monday, and then start sending out the actions for my meeting that's next week for my strategy. And then just some family things going on. There's a birthday in the mix, and then some personal goals I'm working on. So that's like my weekly plan. I do need to still like get back into PlantheGrind and wrap my head around the content and all that. So that will probably be what I spend a lot of my time on next weekend. And then also, so if I go into today's plan, I want to do this thing called a household hike, where I just walk around my house and I write down all the things that are bothering me. That's really what feeds my continuous improvement project. So some of this stuff might just be clean this area, or some is like, just fix this. Like that could be the goal. Fix this cabinet, right? I don't know. It's something that bothers me about it. So anyway, so I want to do that today and then finish this plan with me, and then just some stuff around the house. So nothing like too big. I don't really have any plans for today. So basically this week is all about planning for the big meetings next week. So it's building out my slides, which are templates, slides, and I just populate with updates. Following up on actions to build out my agenda for that big meeting next week, which is I already know that I have some people on deck for June. So I just keep this going in my OneNote to let me know, like, as the month is going on, I just plug in where I think people are going to fit, or if we just happen to mention, hey, I'll do that in August's meeting, or I'll do that in November's meeting. I'll plug their names into this here, and I don't have their names in here just because of the whole YouTube thing. But and then I know that I always dig into KPIs and all that fun stuff. So these are the things that make these super big events a lot easier. Is building out these systems. So that's really what I've been loving using my OneNote for, because before I was putting them in my work bullet journal, but then when I would go onto the next work bullet journal, I would like lose my processes. So that's kind of what was bugging me about the work bullet journal. And one of the benefits of OneNote. So this is actually a good example. So if I show you, oh my Lord. Okay. See this VSM, so it's value stream mapping event. So I have two. I'm just doing 2 days of events because it's just a small function. But so these are like the steps in that event, and I have like processes with each of these like headers, and it's just keeping me track of where they are. So like you can see that some of them are done. Like I have to update some of these, but the ones that are X's are done. And then I have a couple this week that are coming up, or this month, and then next month. So they're not done yet. So anyway, that's just like I build out a template, and then each of these have like a process associated with them, or a sub process technically. Am I totally geeking out here? I'm so sorry. But anyway, so that's my plan for next week. It's basically to prep for the following week. And yeah, so if you have something that's repetitive over and over, build a system for it, I guess is my message today. And so yeah, let me know, do you guys do that? Do you have systems? Am I a freak? I don't know. Maybe it's just the nature of my work, because I obviously build systems for a living. So anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Again, thanks for all your patience, and I hope you can see it, Larry. I know it's totally light, faint, like very light printing, so I'm trying to make it so you guys can see it. So next time around, I'll print them out darker. But this is Tomoe River paper, so it's expensive. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.